Hi, this is Mindless Insanity 602 reporting to you at the Nightmare Central with day number 21 of my fourth annual 31 Days of Horror Film Reviews. And since we're on day number 21, that means the seasons of legal drinking age. Too bad it's gonna die in 10 years. You get a high five if you understand that joke. So anyways, we're going to be talking about The Final Terror, which is a 1983 R-rated 82-minute horror film from director Andrew Davis. This is a part of the weird subset of the slasher subgenre of the slasher genre that it's a weird little thing that's a little weird subset of this slasher genre that is, just weird. This is a really weird film if you ask me. The Final Terror. Basically, it's about these kids. It's really unclear to me. It's really unclear to me what these kids are doing. Are they workers? Are they workers for this company who has to go to the woods and do something? Or are they campers who are being, camping out in the woods as a professional camping thing or whatever? I don't really understand what they're doing there. There's been certain things like a conversation with one of the main leader and a terrible very aggressive, a very unpleasant driver. There's that, and there's that. It's a bit unclear to me what they're doing here. Um, so the film goes on. The film goes on, and we see the beginning. We get to see a beginning kill. Um, I like the atmosphere of this film. This film has potentially, it has a really good atmosphere to it. And to me, horror films, even shitty ones, I can admire if they get the atmosphere right. Because atmosphere is important to me in a film. Even something that isn't all that good of a film to begin with, even a film that's all isn't all that good to begin with, like Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers, can get a free pass by me. Get a free pass by me because of its atmosphere being good. I like Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers, but even I am aware that that film is not the best. But its atmosphere is good. This film has a good atmosphere. So basically, they go into the woods. Go into the woods. We have all the characters are very fun to watch. Like, got this tough talking guy who's likes to smoke marijuana. Obvious guy. These slasher films usually have that marijuana smoker, and or marijuana user in there, anyways. So I like his presence. I like the black guys. There's a lot of token characters in this film. A lot of token characters in this film. Um, so the film goes on. The film goes on, and we just get some joking around here and there. We get some joking around here and there by the gang. They the driver be's a prick to them. All in all, I have fun with these characters. We get I think that this is Daryl Hannah's first debut into cinema, but Daryl Hannah's in it. You know her from being Ellie Driver in Kill Bill, volumes 1 and 2. She's in this. And the film goes on, and they realize that there's these people shacking out in the woods. One of them we later on figure out is the um, driver who of the bus that was taking them to the woods, and his mom. And they talked about it and they have this mental institution earlier on in the film. I like that elements to it. I think that's pretty much a good elements to it. They have a campfire scene, which pretty much makes an appearance in like I say about 99.9% of 99.9% of camp horror movies are usually that little dialogue about a campfire scene. It's usually the generic campfire scene. Mad Men did it. Mad Men did it. Not the terrible TV show, the 80s slasher film. It did it. After Mad Men did it, The Burning did it. Actually, The Burning did it like twice, possibly 3 times. And then Friday 13 Part 2, which Friday 13 Part 2 is kind of stanky. I don't really care for Friday 13 Part 2 much. But The Burning and Mad Men are serviceable entries in the slasher genre. I'm not really a big fan of them. I'm a little bit of a fan of The Burning, but The Burning has its fair share of problems, but I overall enjoy it more than Mad Men. I still kind of like both of those, but I can't support Friday 13 Part 2 because I feel like it's a lackluster, lazy sequel in the Friday 13th franchise. I really think Friday 13 Part 2 is just a lazy, thrown together a sequel. I really don't fucking care for that one much. But The Burning and Mad Men are decent. So we get the typical campfire sequence. We get then once they are trying to escape the woods. They take the boat and leave the campsite, and we get this good music tune. It's like do do do. It's really hard to put it to words when you're trying to provide like a feeling of a musical score. It's hard to give an example with your voice. So I like the musical score there. I like the musical score there. Um, musical score there. Then the film goes on. And then you they go they find the bus. The bus is full. They go in there cautiously, and then it gets attacked. And there's plenty of moments. There's plenty of moments in this film. There's like plenty of moments in this film where this film has a lot of people who live in it. And I'm like, is this person gonna die? Is this person gonna die? Because I'm not gonna lie to you. I am a horror movie fan. If I wasn't a horror movie fan, I wouldn't be doing this 31 Days of Horror Film reviews annually to begin with. But I'm a horror fan. I prefer scares over gore and kills, but I'm also a horror fan, and me being a horror fan craves somewhat of a body count, and there's plenty of moments when a character should have died in this film, which um, drops it down a little bit, and then we get shall I say, just a lackluster ending, with how they kill the cannibal, kill the couple in the woods. It's kind of lackluster. It's kind of lackluster in that moment. Moments. And one of the dumbasses takes shrooms, and once he takes these shrooms, I'm like, that's kind of fucking dumb. You are being attacked by you're being in a pretty tense situation where you're being attacked by these killers, the killers or whatever you may call them, in the woods, and you're trying to fight for survival. I wouldn't be taking no fucking shrooms like a dumbass. In this scenario, I think that's kind of stupid. Then the rest of the film, film, the film overall, it's a really lackluster film, really lackluster film in a lot of departments. Mainly, in the thrills department, in the body count department, and a few logical missteps. But this film has a charm to it that I appreciate. This film is not, it has a charm to it, which makes it not a bad movie to me. It definitely has a charm to it. It has a good amount of characters that I care for. The horror elements could have been done better. It could have been done better, but overall, I feel like they overall have a charm to it. I think that this film is a little bit more creative, than your typical 80s slasher film. I think it's a lot more creative than your typical 80s slasher film. I think that this is like one of those films like Just Before Dawn, or I'm trying to think of it. I think the only one I can think of is just like Just Before Dawn. Possibly The Burning is this type of slasher film. But I overall like this movie. I think The Final Terror. If you're really like into obscure, if you're a horror fan who's sick and tired of the Jasons, the Michael Myers, the Leprechauns, the Pinheads, the Screams, the Saw, the Chuckies, the Leatherfaces, Norman Bateses. Um, if you're any of the typical, if you're really bored, if you like watch those movies for 100 times, and you're just like saying, I want to go and explore some lesser known 80s slasher, then this film's available on YouTube. But I own it on Blu-ray, and I would recommend you pick up the Blu-ray, blind buy the Blu-ray, because it has a really nice presentation. Like, I love that cover. I think that cover is pretty sweet, and it's nice to actually have a physical item in your hand that you put on your shelf. And I like the look of this Blu-ray. It has a nice looking front, spine. Get a good amount. It got a good packaged backside. Um, and you get the 2 disc, which is a DVD and Blu-ray combo pack. After you get that, you get some like still shots for the back. It's some people are really picky. And I know this is being a trend in DVD and Blu-ray collectors markets, where they put the Blu-ray there and the DVD there. Sometimes the package comes with the DVD there. I really don't have. I'm not anal about that. If it's an Echo case, then I'm anal, and I don't really care for that much. Um, The Final Terror is a film that I'd say pick up the Blu-ray, and I'd say you'll be coming back to it like a few times. Like, I see myself, this film sure may not be the best quality film, but it has a charm to it. That I can see myself returning to, like, watch it, make many repeat viewings of it. I think that if I were to rank this film from like a 1 out of 10, I guess I would put it at like a 7. I think 7 would be a fair rating for this Final Terror. I like the setting. I like the setting. I like some of the music choices. I like the characters. I like the characters. The horror elements are, which is what makes this a horror movie, and what makes this being included in this year's 31 Days of Horror Film Reviews. Um, so overall, I like the movie. I like the movie. I think that it's very fun. It's a very fun movie. Definitely worth a watch. Anyways, this has been day number 21 of my 4th annual 31 Days of Horror Film Reviews. And I shall be back in a little less than 24 hours with day number 22's review. And yet again, I feel like I must reiterate. I must reiterate. The Final Terror is sure it's not going to be a film that's going to be like amazing, like an amazing piece of like underrated horror cinema. But it's a film that has a charm that you'll be seeing yourself repeat viewing, and it's worth a pickup. It's worth a pickup. So anyways, like, comment, subscribe, and I shall see you for day number 22's. Well, yeah, day number 22's. I feel like talking more, I don't know why. Yeah. Peace.